Catherine Rose Williams, also known as Auntie Rose and Mommy Rose of Paraclete St. Andrew, died on Friday, August 30th, 2024 in Trinidad, at the age of 93. Left to cherish her memory are her children Ossie Francis in the USA, William Francis in England, Kingsley and Michael Shai Francis in Grenada. 14 grandchildren, including Crystal and Christine in Trinidad, Nabika in Canada, Sabrina, Kelsey, Michaela, and Marva in Grenada. 20 great-grands. Numerous nieces and nephews. Many great-grandnieces and nephews. Other relatives and friends including the Francis, Thomas, Cummings, Gibson, Nyack, Forrester, De Gale and De Bellet families of Paraclete, the Peters family of Carrier, the St. Louis and Thomas families of Moya, numerous relatives and friends of Paraclete, Blaise, Lafayette, Monthorn and surrounding villages, and in Trinidad, the USA and Canada. The funeral of the late Catherine Rose Williams, also known as Auntie Rose and Mommy Rose, of Paraclete St. Andrew, will take place on Tuesday, September 17th at 1 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the St. Michael and All Angels Anglican Church Paraclete, and interment will be at the Grand Bras Cemetery. Transportation will be provided for persons attending the church service to and from the Grand Bras Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Cadet Emery Noel, also known as Felix, of Grand Anne's Housing Scheme St. George, a retired employee of the St. George's University School of Medicine and a past member of IGA Taxi Association, died on Tuesday, 27th August 2024, at the age of 77. He is survived by his wife Irma. 5 children, Kim, Rutty, Tracy, Cindy Ann, and Jason. Siblings Claudette, Roy and Gladys in the USA, Linton in Trinidad, Adrian Gabriel, Lee, Leon, Denise, Claudette, Allison, John, Ashby and Lystra in Grenada. 7 grandchildren, Elijah, Leah, Leona, Keziah, Kiyomi, Livia and Gemini. 2 sons-in-law, Dwayne and Eric. Many nieces, nephews and cousins too numerous to mention. Many other friends and neighbors including Unity Avenue Grand Anne's Housing Scheme, the Hankey, Allard and Nicholas families, members of the Church of Christ Archibald Avenue, the Gabriel and Felix families of Markey, the Felix and Noel families of Cafe and Crowshoe St. Andrew, the Grand Anne's Housing Scheme and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Cadet Emery Noel, also known as Felix, of Grand Anne's Housing Scheme St. George, will take place on Wednesday, September 18th at 2 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the Church of Christ, Archibald Avenue, St. George, and interment will be at the Beaulieu Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Marva Harford of Clogie St. John, who resided at Marquis St. Andrew, former teacher and proprietor, passed away on Thursday, September 5th, 2024, at the age of 64. She was the life partner of Cyril Joseph, mother of Decima Joseph Philip, Professor Lisel Joseph, and Curlin Joseph, grandmother of Leah Philip, mother-in-law of Samuel Philip, sister of 10 including Joseph and Jude Harford in Grenada and Catherine in the USA. Many nieces and nephews in Grenada, the USA and Canada, including Crystal, Jaron, Jaden, Shania and Shona. Many other relatives and friends including Pearl Charles, Wilma Pear, Kamala Edwards, Natasha Harford, Linton Marshall and family, the Carryman family, Carrie Lewis and family, Bernard Joseph and family, Esther Smith and family, the Philip family of Corinth, the pastor and congregation of the Marquis Church of God, past and present staff and students of Holy Cross Roman Catholic School, members of the Retired Teachers Association, and friends and neighbors of Clogie, Marquis, Munich, and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Marva Harford of Clogie St. John, who resided at Marquis St. Andrew, will take place on Wednesday, September 18th at 12:30 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the Grenville Pentecostal Lighthouse Church, according to Church of God rites, and interment will be at the Grand Bras Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. Milton Francis, also known as Breaky, of Coast Guard St. Mark, passed away on Sunday 25th August 2024 at the age of 69. He was the brother of Edris, Esther, Ed and Everest Noel and Vanessa Barry in the USA, Kenneth, Keith, Kaylon Noel, and Georgina Francis in Trinidad, Carol Noel, Jennifer, Mervyn, Stephen and Catherine Francis in Grenada, and Dessa Barry in Puerto Rico. Many nieces and nephews, including Lystra Penny, Juliet Thomas, Latonia Francis, Nazarene Lampley, Dr. Leslie Ann DuPont, and Derek Barry. Caretakers Alistair Gardner Thomas and Tracy Thomas. Other relatives and friends, including the Francis, James, and Barry families of Coast Guard, Diamond, Victoria, Shantimel, and Rosehill, the drummers and the boys at Gardner's Shop, Coast Guard, and friends and neighbours of Coast Guard and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Milton Francis, also known as Breaky, of Coast Guard St. Mark, will take place on Thursday, 19th September at 1 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the Melchizedek Spiritual Baptist Church, Coast Guard St. Mark, and interment will be at the Coast Guard Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. Hensley Bihari, also known as Loy, of Diego P. St. Mark, passed away on Wednesday, 21st August 2024, at the age of 68. He was the father of Terry, Claudine, Floyd and Ronnie in the USA, Delon in Canada, Shalene, Devlin, Rafi and Joel in Grenada. Grandfather of Jordell, Derry, Avery, Derwayne, Ronaya, Runil, Lisel, Amara, Yazid, Javon, Dishon, Kyra, Cairo, Yakini and Zara. Close and dear friend of Joycelyn Henry. Brother of Lydia Bola, Ina Jurakan, Iris and Florette Bihari in Grenada, Joan, Delbert and Joe Louis Bihari in the UK, and Roger Bihari in Trinidad. Father-in-law of 5, brother-in-law of 1, uncle and grand-uncle of many, nephew of Nathaniel Bihari in Trinidad and Evelyn Bihari in Grenada. Many cousins, other relatives and friends, including friends and neighbors of Diego Peace and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Hensley Bihari, also known as Loy, of Diego P. St. Mark, will take place on Thursday, September 19th at 1 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the Samaritan Seventh-day Adventist Church, and interment will be at the Marley Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. Ryanson Bullen, also known as Henry or Naweb, of Laborie St. Paul St. George, who resided at Westerhall St. David, a former member of the former Grenada Defence Force and male nurse at the General and Montgay Hospitals, passed away on Thursday, 29th August 2024, at the age of 70. Left to mourn are his children Randy Lewis, Ezra Budd, Beulah, Pearl, Robin and Harold Lewis, Joyce Rambasing, Gloria, Kester and Ronald Lewis, brothers Carlton Bullen, MacDonald Bullen and Frank Moore, sisters Glenna Jeremiah and Althea Henry. Many grandchildren including Sherry Lane, Gaylan, Kevin, Theora, Rula, Dawn Marie and Sue Marie Lewis. Brother-in-law Oscar Jeremiah. Sisters-in-law Glenna Moore, Marilyn and Mary Bullen. Nephews Daniel Swan, Stephen, Adrian, Carly and Kendall Cyrus, Absalom Henry, Randall Thomas, Marisha Jeremiah, Henry and Gabriel Moore, and Evelyn Bullen. Nieces Marcia and Marcella Jeremiah, Casimir and Monier Bullen. Other relatives and friends including the Right Honourable Deacon Mitchell, Senator Adrian Thomas, Mary Sharp, John Charles, Fiona Klein, Kay John, Oliver Maynard, Mr. Fleming and the boys, Garvin Lett, Cuthbert McMeo, the Lewis family of Westerhall, the Bullen families of St. Paul's and Carriacou, the Henry families of Holder Hill, Tempe and Upper Capitol, Nurse Andrew, Nurse Allison and the nursing staff of the Westerhall Medical Station, the Francis family of Westerhall, the principal and teachers of the Westerhall Secondary School, leaders of the St. David's branch of the National Democratic Congress, and the boys by the shop. The funeral of the late Ryanson Bullen, also known as Henry or Naweb, of Laborie St. Paul St. George, who resided at Westerhall St. David, will take place on Thursday, 19th September, with tributes beginning at 1:30 p.m. and service at 2 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the St. Paul's Anglican Church, St. Paul's, and entombment will be at the Mount Airy Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Cuthbert Stephen, also known as Chicken and Esso, of Florida St. John, who resided at Mardi Gras St. George, passed away on Saturday 24th August 2024 at the age of 56. He was the father of Colin, Kareen and Kadisha Mitchell and Rosie Patterson, née Mitchell, grandfather of Carter, Kyrie and Ethan, brother of Wayne Edwards and Jude Lewis in the USA, Trevor, Faye Mandawaya in Africa, and Nicole Stephen, uncle of many including Kevin, Kyle, Shane, Kendall, Wendy, Amanda, Mary, Corrine and Roxanne. Many cousins, other relatives and close friends including the Stephen, Edwards and Lewis families, and friends and neighbors of Florida St. John, Mardi Gras St. George and surrounding areas. The funeral service for the late Cuthbert Stephen, also known as Chicken and Esso, of Florida St. John, who resided at Mardi Gras St. George, will take place on Thursday, September 19th at 1 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the St. Peter's Roman Catholic Church Grove, and entombment will be at the Douglaston Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. Angela Laura Durham Blair of Canwan, who resided in Petite Martinique, passed away on Wednesday, 28th August 2024, at the age of 66. The funeral arrangements for the late Angela Laura Durham Blair of Canwan, who resided in Petite Martinique, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. Andrew Murrell, also known as Uncle, of Clogier St. John, who resided at Bylands and Marquis St. Andrew, died on Sunday, September 1st, 2024, at the age of 66. The funeral arrangements for the late Andrew Murrell, also known as Uncle, of Clogier St. John, who resided at Bylands and Marquis St. Andrew, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Oliver Isaac Williams, also known as O'Brien, of Lower Manjaloo St. George, passed away on Saturday, 7th September 2024, at the age of 79. The funeral arrangements for the late Oliver Isaac Williams, also known as O'Brien, of Lower Manjaloo St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. Sharon Cecilia McQueen, also known as Tai, of Montfendu St. Patrick, passed away on Monday, 9th September 2024, at the age of 68. The funeral arrangements for the late Sharon Cecilia McQueen, also known as Tai, of Montfendu St. Patrick, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. Jean St. Bernard of Café St. George died on Tuesday, September 10th, 2024, at the age of 89. The funeral arrangements for the late Jean St. Bernard of Café St. George will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Florina Barry, also known as Miss Dean, of Coast Guard St. Mark, passed away on Tuesday, September 3rd, 2024, at the age of 89. The funeral arrangements for the late Florina Barry, also known as Miss Dean, of Coast Guard St. Mark, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. Yvonne Carol Jones of Soubise St. Andrew passed away on Thursday, September 5th, 2024, at the age of 63. The funeral arrangements for the late Yvonne Carol Jones of Soubise St. Andrew will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. Joseph Brown, also known as Funky and Rum Truck, of Gulf Course Grand Anse St. George, passed away on Sunday, September 8th, 2024, at the age of 62. The funeral arrangements for the late Joseph Brown, also known as Funky and Rum Truck, of Gulf Course Grand Anse St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Anne Bernadette Glean, also known as Sutter, of Croshew St. Andrew, passed away on Thursday, September 5th, 2024, at the age of 79. The funeral arrangements for the late Anne Bernadette Glean, also known as Sada, of Croshew St. Andrew, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. George Elliott Theodore, also known as Mouth, of Carriacou, who resided at Laurelland St. David, passed away on Sunday, September 1st, 2024, at the age of 88. The funeral arrangements for the late Gregory Elliott Theodore, also known as Mouth, of Carriacou, who resided at Laurelland St. David, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. Veronica Charles, also known as Miss Evil, of Close Rock, Westerhall, St. David, passed away on Wednesday, 28 August 2024, at the age of 63. The funeral arrangements for the late Veronica Charles, also known as Miss Evil, of Close Rock, Westerhall, St. David, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. Kellen Murrell, also known as Graspy, of New Hampshire, who resided at Snug Corner, St. George, died on Thursday, September 5th, 2024, at the age of 58. The funeral arrangements for the late Kellen Murrell, also known as Graspy, of New Hampshire, who resided at Snug Corner, St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Claudette Clark, also known as Margaret, of Grand Mall, St. George, passed away on Monday, 2nd September 2024, at the age of 62. The funeral arrangements for the late Claudette Clark, also known as Margaret, of Grand Mall, St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. Cossil Anastasia Harford, also known as Mom, of Happy Hill, St. George, who resided at Grand Bra, St. Andrew, passed away on Wednesday, 28th August 2024, at the age of 90. The funeral arrangements for the late Cossil Anastasia Harford, also known as Mom, of Happy Hill, St. George, who resided at Grand Bra, St. Andrew, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Margot Dubois, also known as Pam, of True Blue, St. George, died on August 10th, 2024, at the age of 75. The funeral arrangements for the late Margot Dubois, also known as Pam, of True Blue, St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home.
Agatha Alexis, also known as Tanker, of Florida Grove, St. John, passed away on Sunday the 1st of September at the age of 92. The funeral service for the late Agatha Alexis, also known as Tanker, of Florida Grove, St. John, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements have been entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home.
Shaquille Alexander, also known as Shaq, or Frequente St. George, died on Friday, September 13th, 2024, at the age of 28. The funeral arrangements for the late Shaquille Alexander, also known as Shaq, or Frequente St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Eilis Winifred Lewis, also known as Teacher Eilis, of Langton Road, Grove, St. John, passed away on Monday, September 9th, 2024, at the age of 87. The funeral arrangements for the late Eilis Winifred Lewis, also known as Teacher Eilis of Langton Road, Grove, St. John, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home.
When a loved one passes on, we all need the comfort, support, and guidance of a trusted friend. You can rely on Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. We provide a personalized professional service that exceeds all expectations. Our dedicated staff responds to your every need with the greatest detail, ensuring affordability with a variety of options. Our upgraded state-of-the-art facilities, spacious air-conditioned chapel with live internet streaming, a modern, environmentally safe crematorium, the only of its kind on island, private viewing spaces, large on-site repast center, a modern transportation fleet. Join our burial society today and make personalized arrangements for that final moment as you prepare to enter your loved one into eternal rest. Visit or call LaCour Brothers Funeral Home and select a package that brings added comfort to the entire family. LaCour Brothers Funeral Home and Burial Society, continuing a tradition of excellence.
Emery Charles Stewart, also known as Carbon, and 1010 of Mount Airy, St. George, a well-known taxi and bus driver, died on Tuesday, September 3, 2024, at the age of 80. Left to mourn are his children Chanel and Crixel Stewart, Colin MacDonald and Gary Clark, grandchildren Miles Stewart, Jada Harry, Kyle Lewis, Dallin and Colleen MacDonald, and Irie Rames Clark, sister Thelma Robinson, brother Lawrence Stewart, sisters-in-law Mildred Cruikshank, Jean Peterkin, Amiron William Stewart, Shirley Rames, Anselk Evans, Dorothy Stewart, and Magdalene John, brother-in-law Johnson Akong, many nieces and nephews including Donald, Earl, James, Cuthbert, Avis, Charlene, Annette, Cecil, Curtis, Tessa, Adaha, Anthony, Velma, Janice, Bernard, Gary, and Tonya. Other close family members Jacqueline, Jeffrey, and Justine Bayer, Zinzi and Zayden Robinson, and Joan Charles. His caregiver Bernadette Horsford, godson Kennard Batiste. Many other relatives and close friends including Jefferson Goddard, Thaddeus Charles, Dr. Francis Martin, Claren O'Neill, Tonya Hyacinth, Althea Amede, Sheila Alexander, Edmund Smith, Dr. Francis Alexis, Michael Scott, Leo Austin, Avis Daniel, Allison and Kester Knight, and Danielle Lewis. Many close neighbors including June Alexander and family, Judy Benoit and family, Carla Latouche and family, Pastor Joachim Phillip and family, Steve Shadell and family, the Noel, Latouche, Bourne, and Pascal families. Many other family and friends including the Stewart, Scott, Jeremiah, St. Bernard and Jones families of St. Paul's and surrounding areas in the USA, the United Kingdom, Canada, and Trinidad. Members of the Hotel Taxi Association, many bus drivers throughout Grenada, the staff and shareholders of commercial transport enterprise CTEC. The funeral service for the late Emery Charles Stewart, also known as Carbon and 1010 of Mount Airy, St. George, will take place on Tuesday, September 17th at 12 noon. Funeral service will be held at the Our Lady of the Rosary Roxborough Catholic Church, St. Paul's. Funeral arrangements entrusted to LaCour Brothers Funeral Home.
The management and staff of MTV extend deepest condolences to those of you whose loved ones have passed on. Thank you for watching.
I am Godwill James, an MD and a member of Gateway Assembly. Medically, death is regarded as an end or a cessation of life. Different groups view death in different perspectives. While some regard death as a continuation of life, others view it as an infeeble form of life. As a Christian, we may want to view death as a separation of the soul from the body. So, whichever way one may view death, I want to say that may the gentle soul of the faithful departed rest in the bosom of the Lord. Amen.